Hello, everyone, and welcome to my 100% playthrough of Okami. We're gonna get started here. I have played this game before, 100%ed it, so I've 100%ed it in the past, so I'm gonna be doing it again. Uh, we're gonna probably be getting into a cutscene here for the story, so I'm gonna quiet down. this the legendary sword? Is this Tsukuyomi, the sword that banished the dreaded Orochi? No, it couldn't be. It's just a legend, nothing but a fairy tale. Oh, he who seeks power, he who has broken my bonds. Speak the words, I wish darkness unto the world. Utter that prayer unto me, and unleash my power. Horrible tragedy suddenly swept over the land. However, there was one village that seemed to escape the terrible curse. The tiny settlement of Kamiki Village enjoyed the protection of a sacred tree. It is here that the real story begins. How troublesome. This is just like the ancient prophecy of doom. What has transpired to bring about such calamity? We must act quickly. There is no time to lose. My power has diminished over the years I've spent protecting this area. I don't have much time left in this world. Amaterasu, now is the time. We have never needed your power more. Shine your divine light upon this broken and polluted world. Let your heavenly rays become our hope as you guide us all. Ah, such divine white light, such beauty and grace. The only one capable of such a wondrous spectacle is none other than our mother and the origin of all that is Amaterasu. How delightful to see that the Savior whose brave sacrifice sealed away the evil demon so many years ago has not changed one bit. Seeing you emerge after so many years spent as a statue brings happiness to my heart. Amaterasu, gaze above you and take in the condition of the sky. Since your untimely departure from our midst, the world has succumbed to devious and vicious beasts. They have ravished our fine and bountiful country of Nippon. But never have the circumstances been worse than they are at this very moment. Please use your powers to banish the darkness and punish those who would do us harm. Hmm? What is this? Has something stolen its way into my robe? Phew, what on earth? You again. Ow, ow, ow. Are you nuts? Boy, for a little thing, you sure make a big fuss. I was just trying to make the conversation a bit more interesting. That's all. Were you napping in my clothes again, Bug? Bug? I told you 1,000 times not to call me that. I'm a wandering artist. The name's Isun. I'll show you just how great I am, and it won't be long till you're bowing before my great brush. Well, what do you think? Even cuter than the real thing, no? What's with you, furball? You look kind of down in the dumps. Actually, you look kind of familiar. Got it. You look just like that statue of Shiranui. Whoa, what do you think you're doing? Are you crazy? A handsome guy like me should never be covered in wolf slobber. You'll regret messing with the great Isun. Don't make me use my prize sword Denkumaru against you. What's that growling sound? And why is it so dark anyway? Oh, great God, Amaterasu. I've used all the power I have to protect Kamiki Village. The village lives on. Their spirits lie encased in my fruit. Cut it free, and the village will be reborn. I trust in you. I know that you will lead us down the right path. Only your awesome power can restore life to the world. The trees returned to normal, huh? That Sakuya girl sure said some weird stuff. The village's spirits are being kept inside the fruit? That's the fruit. A girl said that. If you cut it down, the village will be restored. But it's awfully high up there. If you don't use some kind of special power, there's no way you're gonna reach it. This darkness is really getting to me, too. A lot can happen while you're taking a nap. Okay, and we finally have control. Sorry about that very, very long intro, and also being silent for so much of it, but I really think that the music in this game is a very, very important part of it. It's so good. I really, really enjoy it, and it adds a lot to the actual scenes, so I didn't want to talk over it in any way, or just wanted to give some time to enjoy the music and the story and everything. But let's get a move on. We'll take some actual progress. Where are we? Got awfully quiet all of a sudden. I don't remember any place like this in the village. Well, we better keep our eyes peeled. You can use the mouse to look around. Yeah. All good tutorials and whatnot. So if that's any indication, I'm playing this on PC, specifically the Steam version of the game. Hold on. That's an origin mirror. They say once a reflection appears on its surface, your memories will be stored in the mirror for all eternity. Yeah, so this is how you save the game. Find these mirrors. As you can see, I have beaten this game before. I'm just going to overwrite this data, and we're going to move on. Now, it might take me a minute to get used to the controls again, because it's been a little while since I've played. So I apologize if things are a little jittery. Look at all those pots just waiting to be broken. Almost said smashed. Oh, I don't remember the camera being so easy to move around. I might need to make some changes here. But there's a lot of breakables in this game. They can contain money, health. You're gonna see me breaking a lot of stuff. Whoa, whoa, hold on there for a ball. Get a load of that. That chest looks mighty tempting. Let's check it out. Getting up that high ought to be a piece of cake. So you can do wall jumps. It's very simple. Might start skipping by a lot of these tutorials because I'm sure that I can probably explain them a lot better than the game can. Or most of it will be self-explanatory. So that was a consumable. You can use those at any time. That one specifically will regain health, 3 points of health at a time. You'll get lots and lots of those over the course of the game. Looks like the bridge is out. This shouldn't be so hard. Amaterasu it was? It's kind of long. Mind if I call you Ami? Listen, Ami, ever heard of the spirits of the brush? Good brushwork has its own soul. At least that's what they say. Just watch. It'd take all day to explain. A picture's worth 1,000 words, right? So this is going to be a core mechanic in the game. Opening the brush menu and making changes to the world. Nice, huh? Just a little technique I've mastered called rejuvenation. It's one of many brush techniques that use divine power. It's a brush god power that can restore broken or missing things. Practice really hard just to master this one technique. But there are 13. Each one is a power of one of the 13 brush gods. Originally, all 13 were a single powerful deity. When the deity died, its power was split into 13 separate gods. Gods now dwell within objects all around us, but god or no god, how could anyone have the power to master all 13? River of the Heavens. The River of the Heavens? They mean the fabled Stardust River? But I sure don't see anything like that around here. It couldn't be that little puddle over there, could it? Let's go take a look. Well, we're certainly not going to get across like that. Let's take a look around. I mean, this is the only other way we can go. Wow. Look at the stars twinkle. I haven't seen such a beautiful nighttime sky in ages. Hey, look. Are those stars forming a pattern? Or is it just me? There's one missing. Guess I'll just have to draw the missing star. Bah. Looks like I'm just not ready to draw missing stars. So now we're gonna take a crack at it ourselves. You just want to press a little dot. We've literally created a star. Found a new friend. Yomigami. Ah, why, if it isn't Mother Amaterasu. I apologize for not contacting you sooner during these long years. Having never forgotten you, I, Yomigami, god of restoration, have eagerly awaited this day when we could again meet. While you were away, the 13 spirits of the brush that you once possessed, including myself, have been scattered across this land of men and now lie in disarray. I became a constellation and managed to survive until now. The time has come for you to seek out and reunite all the techniques. Your power is what is needed to restore the dried riverbed of the heavens and renew the flow of stardust. And now within all of 5 seconds of basically being born, we have mastered restoration, something that took Isun years and years. Wow, that was Yomigami, the god of rejuvenation. Wait, so you have the power of rejuvenation now? Can you really use it to restore the river of the heavens? That would mean you're as good as with a brush as yours truly. Nah, it couldn't be true. Who else could master this incredible god technique? Me, of course. Try and get a move on here. The start of this game is very slow, but I promise it'll pick up soon. There's a lot of story to get through. Alright, so let's give it a shot. We'll just do exactly the same thing that Isun did earlier, and literally draw in the river. Okay, looks like that didn't go all the way over, so I'm gonna have to do it again, even though the game thinks that I did it properly. There we go. Now we can get across. Now, I don't recall if you could fall off here, but I feel like you can, so I wouldn't take the chance. Astral Pouch, something that is super nice to have. This Astral Pouch here is amazing. It can swallow up lots of food. Then when it's full, it can revive its owner if he or she dies. Let's start feeding it with whatever food we can find around here. So this is where it's can come to play breaking stuff, as you'll pick up food items to fill the Astral Pouch. And once you have it full, you basically have it revive. Apple. Every time you pick up a new food item or a new item in general, the game's going to give you a little explanation as to what it is. There are data book entries for each item as well, I believe, if I remember correctly. I'll start explaining a lot of the basic mechanics once we get out of the tutorial area, just because it feels like, just so I have more wiggle room. But I suppose I can start with something simple, which is clearly running. So if you just walk around, eventually Amaterasu will start speeding up. So you don't have to actually sprint or anything, but if you noticed, I'm dashing, which will immediately put you into your quicker move speed. So you'll see me doing that a lot. And then there's a second level, obviously, where you go a little bit faster. You just have to run uninterrupted for a couple seconds, and it'll do it on its own. So instead of going forward, we're going to take a little detour here and go over to the right. There's a little chest over here, where we get our very first stray bean. There are 100 of these guys, and they are scattered all throughout the game. Everywhere. And as it said right there, you'll get a little reward at the end of the game for finding them all. That is going to take a very long time. And they are not easy to find, honestly. Some are, some aren't. But I will be making note of them every time we come past one, whether we can get it or not. As there are times where you will have to backtrack in this game in order to collect things. But generally, if you're just taking your time exploring and taking in your surroundings, you generally won't miss much. And it's very, very worthwhile to run around and check the surroundings. Is this the legendary shrine? We must be in the cave of Nagi. The legendary hero Nagi is enshrined here. He vanquished evil 100 years ago with the help of the White Wolf Shiranui. First the River of Heavens, and now this place. Where the heck are we? Boy, this place is a wreck. See, that sword's in really bad shape. The gods sure didn't do much to protect this place. Let's keep collecting stuff. Money will be very important, so definitely make sure that you collect as much money as possible. Obviously, Isun is going to do the side character trope of yelling at you when you aren't doing what the game wants you to do, but... So let's get him to shut up. Obviously, the game wants us to redraw Nagi's sword with rejuvenation. That really was your brushwork all this time. How do you get so good? Exactly who are you, anyway? Hey, there's another constellation. This one looks like a... So, this is how we're going to be introduced to new brush techniques, finding areas and solving puzzles, and then completing constellations. Which, by the way, you can screw that up. They'll get harder later. You have to put in more stars at once, but it's never really difficult in any way. Well, 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 if it isn't Mother Amaterasu. It's been a long time, but with all these monsters around, the only place I could hide was in this shrine dedicated to ancient heroes. If there is anything I can do to assist you in your endeavors, I'm at your service. Make good use of this sword, as it was designed to conquer evil. So, that's Tachigami. It's going to be giving us basically our bread and butter move for the entirety of the game. Power Slash. If you're getting all these powers, then you're just like that Shiranui. You know, the wolf who fought and died alongside the great Nagi? When Shiranui died, the wolf's power was split into 13 brush gods. This is crazy. Shiranui and Nagi, it's just like the legend. Well, anyway, I've never seen this Power Slash technique myself. How about showing your stuff off on that boulder over there? Let me see you slice it in half by drawing a single line. I won't believe it till I see it. So Power Slash is really easy. Just draw a line. And it doesn't have to be perfect. The game will accept. You'd be surprised at what the game will accept sometimes. I didn't think you had it in you, Furball. I'm not even in the same league as you. Guess I really overestimated myself. Hey, Furball? Amaterasu. I've made up my mind. If you're Shiranui Reborn, then that means you can master all 13 techniques, right? In that case, I think I'll tag along until I'm as good as you. Lucky you. It's no use trying to change my mind. There's no stopping me once I've made a decision. But enough about me. Now that you mastered the Power Slash, you can cut down that thing Sakuya was talking about. Let's go back and give it a shot. And now we get the game's way of telling you where to go, which is a giant blinking arrow. So one thing about the brush mode is that there's a button that you can press that will allow you to draw straight lines better. And I'm going to be honest, I actually don't remember what it is, because I don't think... I thought it was shift, but I'm not actually certain. I'll have to look into that for next episode to confirm. Oh, and this is going to be our very first fight. What the? Where'd they come from? Oh, whatever. Draw first, ask questions later, right? You know the divine instrument you have on your back? Well, press left mouse button to use its power against it. So, fighting in this game is basically a little timing minigame. You want to click just as you're attacking to do the next attack. And what I'm going to do right here is called a Flora Finisher. The game won't teach you about this for a very long time, but it's very important that you do it early, because these Demon Fangs that we just collected are a currency, and they get you a lot of really, really nice items later in the game, and they can be pretty expensive. So getting started early is the best thing to do. I'll explain more about how they work as we fight more enemies and stuff. And as the game was saying, this is health that you get from fighting enemies, only in battles. You can knock enemies down, and when they turn gray like that, they're in a weakened state where your rush abilities will do more damage. And these ink bottles, as you can see in the top left corner, you have 3 ink bottles that will increase later, but that means that you can only use 3 ink techniques before you run out. And you do not want to run out of ink because you actually will go into a weakened state where you'll have to wait for all of your ink to regen, and that's no good. So that's just a quick little bit of information when it comes to fighting. We'll be doing a lot of fighting in this game, so I'll explain more and more as we go along. But for right now, we're just gonna make a beeline into another fight. Oh god, camera, Jesus. So as you can see, that just instantly killed them because they were on the ground. But also, I didn't mention it earlier, but you do get scored on your fights based off of how long it took for you to complete the fight and how much damage you took in the middle of the fight, increasing the amount of yen that you get at the end of the fights. Again, it's important because, money is very useful, but it's not the end of the world if you don't do well in every single fight. As fights are not single things, like you can run into fights whenever you want, basically. Well, sort of. I'll get into that later. Being a little vague, but a lot of your money is not going to come from just fighting, is basically what I'm getting at. So don't worry about it too much. Even if you aren't getting the hang of the whole fighting and doing quite well with finishing it quickly and not taking damage, it won't be the end of the world. So I'm going to quickly save the game again. Alright, so as you... I walked into the barrier. Whoops. So yeah, you're not allowed to leave. What we have to do is exactly what Saki said and cut down the fruit. Isn't that beautiful? We're going to get a lot of cutscenes like that in the future, and they're all beautiful. This is a beautiful game. Great art style. Wow, the village has been restored. Sakia came through big time. She really was protecting the village. But I sure wish I could have spent some more time in her kimono, if you know what I mean. Oh, you creep. But seriously, with monsters running around and all, the village could still be in danger. Let's go see how they're all doing down there. Yeah, but I'll get around to that next time. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I know this was a bit of a long one, but like I said, very, very long intro to this game. But we'll get more into that in the next one. Thanks for watching.